thickness ng concrete wall, yung kanyang thermal conductivity, and yung maximum heat gain or flow rate, which is 500 watts. So, ayan, nandun naman pala dito yung 500 watts. And of course, dahil nagdagdag tayo ng isa pang layer of insulation para makatipid sa kuryente, ayan, yung kanyang thermal conductivity, which is very low, na 0.04 watts per meter degree Celsius, and yung outer wall temperature natin na nasa 38 degrees Celsius. Malamig pa to. Then, of course, yung inside wall natin na kailangan i-maintain at 5 degrees Celsius. So, ayan. First, we have to calculate for the heat transfer. So, ayan, using yung modified Fourier's first law. Ayan, we have Q equal to 38 minus 5. Since ito yung temperature gradient natin over yung thermal resistance nung concrete wall and yung ating insulation. So, the thermal resistance of the concrete, yung RT2 pala yung concrete wall. So, this is, yung ano lang niya, thermal resistance based sa kanyang thickness na 0.15 meters, tapos yung kanyang thermal conductivity and its area na 18 meters squared. So, yung kanyang thermal resistivity is 0.0061 degrees Celsius per watt. So, yung ating yung sa RT1, so yung yung insulation. So, yung insulation here will be, or yung anong nangyari dito? Ayan, yung kanyang thermal resistivity, yung RT1 is 38 minus 5, so over 500 watts. So, nasa 0.0061 degrees Celsius per watt. So, equal lang yung pagkuha dun sa thermal resistance using this equation, tapos yung when we are using yung dimensions niya. So, dapat parehas. And using Q, ayan, i-add lang natin yung thermal resistances ng ating RT1 and RT2. And kukuha natin yung ratio between the thermal, yung temperature gradient over that summation ng thermal resistances. So, based dun sa thickness ng insulation natin, we have 0.06 na kanyang thermal resistance times 0.04 thermal conductivity times its area. So, ito yung kanyang thickness na required. So, 4.3 cm. So, yan. This is the minimum thickness para ma-insulate no ating dun sa refrigeration system natin. So, ayan. So, paano naman kapag multi-layer naman ng cylindrical tubes or concentric cylindrical tubes? So, ang kanyang heat transfer rate is, of course, iba dun sa rectangular slabs na multi-layered, since iba man na nga yung geometry niya, dito iba yung profile ng heat transfer. So, iba yung area and may length na involved here. So, dito, yung QR is equal to the temperature gradient over Ln RO over Ri over 2 pi L times K. So, halos the same lang din. Yeah. Pero dito, using dahil multi-layer na, ang kanyang thermal resistance values will be additive dun sa additive ng or addition ng thermal resistivity ng first layer and ng second layer. So, just like dun sa rectangular slabs natin, ayan, yung thermal resistance niya will be Ln R2 over R1 nung first slab over 2 pi Lk A plus yung second pipe radius natin na Ln times R3 over R2 over 2 pi its length, and yung kanyang thermal conductivity. So, yeah. So, yeah, we have an example here. Again, stainless steel pipe. Kanyang thermal conductivity is 17 watts per meter degree Celsius. And this is used to convey heated oil. So the inside surface temperature is 130 degrees Celsius. The pipe is 2 cm thick with an inside diameter of 8 cm. Ayan, 8 cm here. So the pipe is insulated naman with 0.04 thick insulation. And its thermal conductivity is 0.035 watts per meter degree Celsius. Tapos nag-add pa tayo ng outer insulation, and its temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So let's calculate the temperature of the interface between steel and the insulation. So let's assume steady state conditions. So yeah, we just have to consider yung